Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station, and we're going to bring you game number 4 between the 1946 Boston Red Sox and the 2016 Chicago Cubs. The series is 2-1 in favor of the Red Sox. And we will be using Strat-O-Matic Baseball. Hope everyone's doing well on this Sunday or whenever you're watching. So let's quickly go to the lineups here and get the game started. But first, let's make sure we have in our game preferences, Chicago will be managed by the computer. I did have a little faux pas in game 3 where the computer was not managing Chicago, but they are managing Chicago. Alright, let's move on to the lineup for the visiting Chicago Cubs. They're down 2-1. Leading off, playing center field, Dexter Fowler. Average center fielder with an average arm. Batting second, playing third base, Kris Bryant. Again, an average defensive third baseman. Anthony Rizzo's at first. He's batting third. He's outstanding defensively. Ben Zobrist is in left field, batting fourth. Average. Batting fifth, doing the catching, Wilson Contreras. Average defensive catcher with an above-average arm. Then the shortstop, batting sixth, Addison Russell. Outstanding defensively at short. In right field, you have Jason Hayward. Again, excellent defensive outfielder, very good arm. Second base, you have Javier Baez. He's batting eighth. Another good defender. And batting ninth, doing the pitching, John Lackey. 2016, 11 wins, 8 losses. Earned run average, 3.35. For the hometown Boston Red Sox. Leading off, Johnny Pesky. He's the shortstop. He's a solid, good defensive shortstop. Batting second, Dom DiMaggio. Absolutely outstanding as a fielder with an average arm. He's in center field. Teddy Ballgame playing left field. Average defensively, average arm. At first base, Rudy York. Good defending first baseman. At second base, Bobby Doerr. Again, you can see outstanding defensively at second. Pinky Higgins at third. Average defender. Batting seventh in right field, Wally Moses. Good fielder, average arm. Doing the catching, batting eighth, Hal Wagner. As you can see, another very good defender with a good arm behind the plate. And doing the pitching here in Game 4 for the 1946 Boston Red Sox, Joe Dobson. 13 wins, 7 losses, 3.23 earned run average. Again, the Red Sox lead the series 2-1, looking to jump out to a 3-1 lead in games. And at the plate, Dexter Fowler. Fowler batted .276 with 13 home runs. He's a switch hitter, and he'll be batting left-handed off the right-handed throwing Dobson. He's looking for that 2 or 6 column, and we are on our way. And let's play ball. Here's the pitch by Dobson to Fowler. He gets that 1 column. And an 11. That ball's going to go out to Moses in right. Moves a bit to the right field line, and he makes the catch for out number 1. 1 out, and here comes Kris Bryant. 292, 39 home runs. Bryant looking for the 1 or 6 column. Wagner sets the target. Here's the pitch to Bryant. That's a 3. Dobson Dobson blows the fastball by Bryant. He strikes out swinging. So there's 2 outs, and here comes the power-hitting first baseman for the Cubs, Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo, 292 with 32 home runs, left-handed power bat to face the right-handed throwing Dobson. Rizzo looking for the 2 or 6 column. Lots of blue in that 2 column. He digs in. Dobson gets a sign. Here's the pitch to Anthony Rizzo. That's a 1 and a 5. And that ball misses low and away. Rizzo walks. So a 2-out walk by Anthony Rizzo. He's on. He'll be held on by York. Number 4 batter, Ben Zobrist, 272, 18 home runs, left-handed batter. Rizzo on first, 2 outs. Zobrist looking for the 1 or 6 column. The windup and the pitch by Dobson. That's a 2. And that is a 12. And that is a line out to York. York makes the leaping catch, robbing Zobrist of a hit. Inning over. Great job by Rudy York at first. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Here come the 1946 Boston Red Sox. And due up Pesky, DiMaggio, and Williams if anyone gets on York. Johnny Pesky steps to the plate, left-handed batting, shortstop, .335 average, 2 home runs. To face John Lackey. Cubs playing the corners in. Bryant in at third, Rizzo in at first. Contreras behind the plate, flashes the signs. Here's the pitch to Pesky. He's looking for the 2 or 5 column. He gets the 4, not much there. And Pesky swings. That ball goes up the middle, and it's going to be a single. So Johnny Pesky rolls a single. He needed a 19 on the card flip. Got a 12. Leadoff single by Pesky. He'll be held on by Rizzo. He's definitely a threat to steal. Here comes the little professor, Dominic DiMaggio. Struggling so far in this series, but in 1946 he batted .316 with 7 round trippers. Again, the corners are playing in for Dominic. Dominic looking for the 1 or 4 column. The windup and the pitch by Lackey. He gets the 4. He gets his column. Let's see if he can produce. Swing and a miss on the slider. DiMaggio goes down with the K. 1 out, and here comes Teddy Ballgame. Pesky at first. Rizzo holding him on. Williams, .342 with 38 home runs. He has 2 home runs in this series. He'd like to get a 3rd and put the Red Sox out ahead 2-0. Contreras sets the target. Here's the pitch to Williams. He's looking 3-5 column. He gets the 5. He rips that ball to Anthony Rizzo at first. He makes the catch, and quickly lunging back is Pesky to the bag. Just beating Rizzo there, so there's 2 outs. 1 on, and here comes Rudy York. Red Sox first baseman, 276, 17 home runs. Rizzo still holding Pesky on. Lackey rocks and fires. There's a 3. That's a York column. There's the 6. And that is a single up the middle. Let's see if Pesky's going to go first or third on that one. And we don't know our percentages here. We're going to say send the runner. What the heck. And he gets there first to third. 2 outs. Bobby Doerr steps to the plate. Red Sox on the corners. Lackey rubs up the baseball, steps back up on the mound. Looks in at Contreras. Bobby Doerr looking for that 1 or 4 column to put the Red Sox out ahead. Here's the pitch to Doerr. He gets the 2. And the 4. And a swing and a miss on the fastball in. That's out number 3. We go to the top of the second. No score here at Fenway Park. Due up for the Cubs. Contreras, Russell, and Hayward. Wilson Contreras steps to the plate, 282, 12 home runs. Dobson looks in at Wagner. Contreras wants that 3 or 6 column. Here's the pitch. That's a 5. Not much there. And a 9. Contreras swings. That ball goes out to Dominic DiMaggio in center field. Moves under it. Makes the catch. For out number 1. Here comes the Cubs shortstop, Addison Russell. 238, 21 home runs. He has actually struggled defensively in this series, and he's a very good defender at short. Righty-righty matchup. Dobson rocks and fires. Russell looking for the 1 or 6 column. He gets the 1. He swings. That ball is going to go to left center field, and it's going to get down and get to the wall. DiMaggio can't get to the ball. He retrieves it and throws it back in, but too late. Russell's at second with a 1-out double, representing the go-ahead run here in the top of the second for the Cubs. Stepping to the plate, right fielder Jason Hayward, 230 batting average in 2016 with 7 round trippers, left-handed batter. 1 out, 1 on. Hayward looking for the 3 or 6 column. Here's the pitch by Dobson. He gets the 3, could be trouble. Rips the ball the other way, and right there is Pinky Higgins to make that catch at third. So there's 2 outs now. Addison Russell still at second. Here comes the Cubs' second baseman, Javier Baez. 2016, he batted .231 with 14 homers. Dobson looking to strand Russell at second. Baez looking for the 3-6 column. Here's the pitch to Baez. 5, 7, and he goes down swinging, inning over. Fastball blown by him. We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless here at Fenway. 2 up for the 46 Red Sox. Higgins, Moses, and Wagner. Pinky Higgins, 262 with only 2 home runs in 1946, left-handed batter. Waits for the John Lackey delivery. He's looking for the 3-4 column. Here's a pitch by Lackey. That's a 5 and a 9. And Lackey gets him with the swing and the miss. Nice slider there. For out number 1. Wally Moses steps to the plate. Boston Red Sox right fielder. Another left-handed bat. Moses, 239 with 6 home runs in 1946. He's a B bunter. Cubs playing their infield-outfield normal. We're going to try to drop a bunt here. Bunt for the hit. Here's the pitch by Lackey. Moses squares the bunt. And that's going to be a bunt hit. So Moses drops a perfect bunt. Got far enough away from Contreras. He threw down to Rizzo, but not in time. So a bunt hit single. Moses is on first. 70% chance of stealing. He'll be going. We have a safe chance 1 through 14. We're going to say attempted. Hopefully he gets the proper lead. Got a 25% chance of that. Moses edges away from the bag. Lackey looks Moses back. Can't get the lead. He will hold now. So here comes the number 8 batter, the catcher, Hal Wagner. Wagner, 230 with 6 home runs. Contreras sets the target. Wagner looking for the 3-5 column. Here's the pitch. That's a 5. He gets his column. Let's see if he can do some damage. And he rips that ball down the right field line. And that's a single, as he needed a 2 for the triple. It's a 3. So it's a send lead runner to third. 75% chance. There's 1 out. We're going to send the lead runner, Wally Moses, who's a pretty good runner. And they cut the ball off. Moses goes first to third. The Red Sox have runners on the corners with 1 out. And here comes the pitcher, Joe Dobson. We'll go off the pitcher's hitting card now. So that's pretty much a generic card. He needs a 6 or a 5. What's his bunt? Oh, the bunting they give him is a C. Well, hopefully he does not bang into a double play. Corners are playing in for the Cubs. Bryant in at third, Rizzo in at first. Here's the pitch to Dobson. He gets a 5. Here's the... Oh, ball 4. Wow, Lackey did not want to do that. John Lackey has just walked the bases loaded with 1 out. We go to the top of the order, and Johnny Pesky, who's 1 for 1. Pesky had a single his first time up. Red Sox can jump out in front here. Bottom of the second, no score. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Pesky. He's looking for the 2-5 column. There's a 3. That's going to be a swing by Pesky. And that ball's going out to right field. Hayward going back on it, back on it. He makes the catch. Moses looking to tag up. Oh, wow, only a 45% chance. Got the -4 arm, the +2 to right field. So a 1 through 9. 10 through 19 he holds. You know what, we're going to send him because basically the only out is 20, so... Moses does tag up and score, so 1-0 Red Sox. So who is this for? Dobson? Yeah, we're going to try it. Oh, this is for Pesky to third. So we're going to advance the runner. It's a 3, so he makes it. So Wagner tags up, Wagner tags up, goes to third. Pesky gets an RBI sacrifice fly as Moses scores on the deep fly ball to right. 1-0 Red Sox. And here comes Dom DiMaggio. DiMaggio struggled in this series. He's 0 for 1 today. Chance to add another run to the Red Sox total. DiMaggio looking for the 1-4 column. Red Sox fans here at Fenway chanting, "We want a hit." Contreras goes through the signs. Lackey nods his head. Here's the pitch to the little professor. That is a 5, 9. And a swing and a miss on the sinking fastball. Inning over. John Lackey pitches out of the jam. He only gives up 1 run. We go to the top of the third. The 1946 Red Sox 1. The 2016 Cubs 0. And due up for the Cubs, Lackey, then the top of the order, Fowler and Bryant. John Lackey steps to the plate. So Dobson to face his counterpart, Lackey. Here's the pitch. That is a 1-6. And Lackey goes down looking for strike number 3. 1 out, top of the order, Dexter Fowler. 0 for 1 today. Fowler looking 2-6 column, left-handed batter. Wagner sets the target. Here's the pitch. That's a 5. Nothing there. Ground ball, pitcher X, 20-sided dice roll. That's a 4G3. 13. Fielded by Dobson. He throws over to York for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. The number 2 batter, Chris Bryant, steps to plate. Bryant can tie this game up with 1 swing of the bat. Remember, he had 39 home runs last year in 2016. He's 0 for 1 today, looking for the 1 or 6 column. And look at that 1 column. Lots of good stuff there if you're a Cubs fan. The windup and the pitch by Dobson. That's a 3. Could still be trouble. And a 3. 13 on the card flip. And that's a single. Up the middle for Bryant, so a 2-out single. York holding him on. And the power-hitting first baseman, left-handed batting Anthony Rizzo steps to the plate. Rizzo walked his first time up. Rizzo looking 2-6 column. Dobson nods his head. Here's the pitch to Anthony. That's a 2. Could be a lot of trouble for the Red Sox here. That's a 4. That's going to be a shot. Past DiMaggio, over his head, rolling to the wall. That's going to be a triple. This top ball game's going to be tied up. 1-1 on a clutch triple by Anthony Rizzo. So 2 outs now, and Ben Zobrist steps to the plate. The Cubs left fielder can put Chicago ahead if he can knock Rizzo in, who stands at third base. Wagner goes out to have a word with Dobson. Now moves back behind the plate. He squats down, sets the target. Here's the pitch by Dobson. Zobrist looking 1-6 column. He gets the 1. A lot of trouble. Here's a swing. It's a pop-up towards Bobby Doerr. He's calling for it near the second base bag on the outfield grass, and he makes the catch. Inning over. But the Cubs tie the game up on the Anthony Rizzo 2-out triple. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-1. 2 up for the Red Sox. Ted Williams, Rudy York, and Bobby Doerr. Teddy ball game, steps to the left-hander's batter's box, 0 for 1. Lackey looks in. Contreras sets the target. Here's the pitch to Teddy. 3, 7, 5, excuse me. There's a swing. That ball is going deep towards the left center field. Green monster. That ball is out of here. Ted Williams has just put the Red Sox out ahead once again with his 3rd home run in the series. It's 2-1 Boston, to the jubilation of the fans here at Fenway. Williams crushed that John Lackey offering. Home run number 3 for Ted Williams off Chicago Cub pitching in this best of 7. Red Sox lead the series 2-1. Game 4, they now lead this game 2-1. And here comes Rudy York, Red Sox first baseman. He's 1 for 1 today. Contreras flashes the signs. Here's the pitch to York. 4, 8. And he goes down looking. Couldn't pull the trigger on that sinking fastball. Lackey strikes him out. There's 1 out. Bobby Doerr steps to the plate. Doerr 0 for 1. Right-handed batting second baseman. The windup and the pitch by Lackey. That is a 4. 4. Ground ball to the shortstop. X. 20-sided dice roll. 8G1. An 11. Russell scoops that ball up. Fires to Rizzo for the out. Robbing Bobby Doerr of a hit. So there's 2 outs. Pinky Higgins steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Higgins looking for the 3-4 column. Contreras sets the target. Here's a pitch by Lackey. That's a 5. 7. And that's a strikeout. Higgins goes down looking, none too happy with the call, but Mr. Higgins, you are out. Inning over. Red Sox jump back out in front on the Ted Williams blast to left center. We go to the top of the 4th, the 1946 Red Sox 2, the Chicago Cubs of 2016 1. 2 up for the Cubs. Contreras, Russell, and Hayward. Here's the Cubs catcher, Contreras. He's 0 for 1. Steps to the right-hander's batter's box. Here's the pitch by Dobson. That's a 4. 8. That ball's popped up. Pesky calling for it at short. And he makes the catch. 1 away. The Cubs shortstop steps to the plate. Addison Russell. He's 1 for 1. He has a double. Dobson works quickly. That's a 2. 12. Possible single. As they draw a 6 on the card, and that is a single. That line drive drops in front of Dominic DiMaggio in center. Tying run at first base. Addison Russell being held on by York. Good runner there. Chance of stealing second, 60%. And here comes Jason Hayward, left-handed batting right fielder for the Cubs. He's 0 for 1. Wagner flashes the signs. Dobson shakes his head. He wants Wagner to go through them again. Now he nods his head. Here's the pitch to Hayward. That is a 2. 11. It's a ground ball to York. And he takes it to the bag himself for out number 2. He thought about going to second, but he took the sure out. So Russell moves to second base with 2 outs. He's in scoring position. He represents a tying run. Stepping to the plate, Cubs second baseman Javier Baez, 0 for 1. Baez looking for the 3 or 6 column. Dobson rocks and fires. 2. 6. He swings. Pesky once again calling for it at shortstop on the pop-up. He makes the catch, inning over. Dobson pitches around the single. An advancement to second base by Russell. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-1 Red Sox. Due up for the 46 Red Sox, Moses, Wagner, and the pitcher Dobson. Moses 1 for 1 with a run scored. Lackey looks in at Contreras. He's ready. Here's the pitch to Wally Moses. That's a 6. Not a good column for him. and an 11. Here's a swing by Moses. He goes the other way with it. Zobrist moving towards the line. He makes the catch for out number 1. Red Sox catcher Hal Wagner steps to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today, left-handed batter. Lackey toes the rubber. Nods his head. Here's the pitch to Wagner. That's a 3. That's Wagner column. And an 8. Wagner doesn't chase. He walks with 1 out. Excellent chance of stealing second. Rizzo is not holding him on. That's kind of strange. Corners are playing in, that's why. So Bryant in at third, Rizzo in at first. We're going to attempt to steal with Wagner. 70% chance of being safe. 1 through 14. We're going to attempt to steal. Let's see if we get the proper lead. Wagner dances off the bag. Lackey fires over to first. He dives back and he's safe.
Team yearbooks, minutes, and programs.
So now Wagner has a 30% chance to steal. 1 out. Corners are still in for Dobson. They're expecting the bunt, but we're going to swing away. Here's the pitch by Lackey. That's a 2 and a 4. And there's a swing and a miss by Dobson. Another sinking fastball for strike 3. 2 outs, top of the order now. Johnny Pesky. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. He awaits the Lackey pitch, and here it is. That's a 5. And a 5. And another sinking fastball beats Pesky on a strike number 3. Good movement there by John Lackey. Inning over, top of the 5th. The 1946 Boston Red Sox 2, the 2016 Chicago Cubs 1. Due up for the Cubs, Lackey, Fowler, and Bryant. Another good game here in this series. John Lackey's 0 for 1. The windup and the pitch to Lackey. That's a 1 and a 7. And that's strike 3 on the swing and the miss. Go sit down, Mr. Lackey. Fenway fans love that. Former Red Sox pitcher. Striking out, going back to the bench. Top of the order, Dexter Fowler, 0 for 2 today. Wagner sets the target. Here's the pitch to Fowler. 4, not a good column for him. And a 6, ground ball to shortstop. 20-sided dice roll. Can Pesky make the play? That's a 20 G1 and a 9. Ground ball moving towards the hole. Pesky backhands it, and a good strong throw to York. Just beats Fowler for out number 2. 2 outs, no one on. Chris Bryant steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Looking to tie this ball game up or extend the inning. Dobson toes the rubber, nods his head. Here's the pitch to Bryant. 3, and a 5. That's going to be a single up the middle, past the dive of Pesky. So Bryant is on first with 2 outs representing the tying run. Here comes Anthony Rizzo. He's 1 for 1. He tripled his first time up, knocking in Bryant with 2 outs. So we have the same exact circumstance that we had back in the 3rd inning for the Cubs. Let's see how Dobson and Wagner handle Mr. Rizzo. Wagner sets the target. Here's the pitch by Dobson. That's a 2. Another Rizzo column. This could be tremendous trouble for the Red Sox. And that's a 4. Rizzo swings. He drives that ball deep to right center. Moses going back, looks up. That ball is long gone. Anthony Rizzo has just hit a 2-run homer to put the Cubbies out in front 3-2. Rizzo's knocked in all 3 runs today for the Cubs. A triple and a home run. Unbelievable. As silence has come over the Fenway faithful. Cubs looking to tie this series up as they trail 2 games to 1, but have jumped out 3-2 in Game 4. Zobrist 0 for 2. Dobson very upset. Pesky goes to the mound to have a word with him. Needs to get this final out here. Gets a sign from Wagner. Here's the pitch to Zobrist. That's a 2. And a 7. And that's a line out to Bobby Doerr. Nice catch by Bobby Doerr to end the inning. But the Cubs score 2 on the Rizzo blast. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The 2016 Chicago Cubs 3. The 1946 Boston Red Sox 2. Anthony Rizzo has been a beast. And here comes Dominic DiMaggio, who has not been a beast in this series. He has struggled mightily at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Like to get on. If he does, he's a threat to run. Lackey's up to 79 pitches now. He's good for 93. Lackey's ready. Here's the pitch to Dominic DiMaggio. That's a 6. And a 9. DiMaggio swings, sends that ball out to center field. Fowler moves to his right a bit, and he makes the catch for the out. Ted Williams steps to plate. He's 1 for 2 with a home run. Gave the Red Sox the lead once again the bottom of the 3rd. Since then, it's been erased by the Anthony Rizzo's home run in the top of the 5th. Let's see how they pitch to Teddy Ballgame. Contreras sets the target. Here's the pitch to Williams. 1. Could be trouble. 12. Williams swings. That's a hard ball to Baez. He throws to Rizzo for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, and here comes Rudy Sergeant York. He's 1 for 2 today. York had 17 home runs in 1946. The windup and the pitch by Lackey. 6. 10. Ball to the catcher, 20-sided dice roll. 14. P.O. 11. Here's the pitch by Lackey. That ball's popped up. Contreras makes the catch. Inning over. We go to the top of the 6th. Cubs 3, Red Sox 2. Due up for the Cubs, Contreras, Russell, and Hayward. Contreras is 0 for 2. Dobson up to 78 pitches. He's good for 94. He's ready. Here's the pitch by Contreras. That's a 3. That's a good column for Contreras. And a 7. And that ball is inside, ball 4. So Contreras with the leadoff walk here in the top of the 6th. Represents a very important insurance run. Addison Russell comes to the plate. 2 for 2 with a double. Not a good bunter, so Red Sox are looking to turn 2 here. Dobson trying to induce the double play ball at one of his infielders. Here's the pitch to Russell. 5. 9. There's the swing. That ball's going out to center field. DiMaggio has a beat on it. Reaches up and he makes the catch. Contreras retreats back to first base. So 1 out, 1 on. Hayward steps to the plate. The Cubs right fielder's 0 for 2. Dobson works quickly. And running with the pitch. It's a hit and run. That ball goes down to York. No play at second. York takes it to the bag himself for out number 2. So they put the hit and run on. Contreras advances to second base. And here comes Javier Baez. He had 14 home runs. And I think we're going to walk him. If we walk him, though, will they pinch hit for Lackey? Baez 0 for 2. 2 outs. So we have here for options. That's fielding. How to set our defense. intentional walk. Run. I think we're going to walk Baez and face the pitcher. And here comes Lackey. He's 0 for 2. Dobson is now 89 pitches. He's good for 94. Red Sox have some milling going on in their bullpen, as they're down 3-2 here. Top of the 6th, 2 outs, 2 on. Here's the pitch to Lackey. They're going to let Lackey swing away. That's a 2 and an 11. Lackey hits the ball to Door fields it over to York, inning over. So pitching around Baez definitely was the right call. The Red Sox go to the bottom of the 6th, trailing by 1. The Cubs 3, Boston 2. Due up for the Red Sox, Door, Higgins, and Moses. Bobby Door's 0 for 2 today. Lackey up to 86 pitches. He's good for 93. It's been a very good game here so far at Fenway Park. Lots of excitement, lots of strikeouts, lots of home runs. 3-2 Cubs. Here's the pitch to Door. That's a 6. And a 7. Possible single here. That's a line out to Bryant, as we needed the card 13 and we drew a 16. Nice play by Bryant at third. Good reaction on the ripped line drive by Bobby Door. 1 out. Pinky Higgins steps to the plate. Red Sox third baseman's 0 for 2. Contreras flashes the signs. Lackey sets and delivers. That's a 1. And a 9. 17 we need for a under 7. That's going to be a double. Fowler will not get to that. So Pinky Higgins has a 1-out double. And the fans come alive once again here at Fenway Park. They have been quite silent since the Anthony Rizzo 2-run blast in the 5th to put them ahead, and we have a phone delay. I shall be right back.
Peanuts, get your peanuts here. Peanuts, get your peanuts here.
And we are back from phone delay. Thank you for your patience. Alrighty. At least it wasn't a bad phone call. You know what I'm saying? So Higgins is at second. 1 out. He represents a tying run. And Wally Moses is at the plate. He had a bunt base hit. He's 1 for 2. He did score a run. Cubs playing their infield normal. I doubt we're going to get 2 bunt base hits in a row. Hello, Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware. How are you, my friend? How is your mother doing? I hope she's feeling better. Chris did a great live stream last night. That's his first live stream, I'm going to say, ever. And what a ball game he had between the Tigers and the White Sox. White Sox 1919 White Sox, and I want to say the 1906 Tigers. What a ball game. I'm not going to give it away. I recommend you go and enjoy it. He did a wonderful job with the call. Very entertaining. So that's Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware. Once again, that's Strat-O-Matic, Delaware. And you can go to my page, and it's under related channels. But if you just type in Strat-O-Matic, Delaware, you'll be there. So I recommend it. Great game. Wonderful job you did last night, Chris. Totally enjoyable. And Chris said, oh, okay, he's here. He's at the hospital. So is she still in the hospital? As he says, he's here with her. She is markedly improved from yesterday. Excellent. Excellent. God bless. That's what we like to hear. Little clap. Gonna be a big clap when your mom goes home. Big clap. Prayers and thoughts with her, my friend. So now we're going to get back to the ball game, as the more important thing is that Chris's mom is feeling better, and we all wish and pray for her speedy recovery. While you're there, I'll try to entertain you, my friend, and say hello to your mom. Alright, Higgins at second, Moses at the plate. I'm debating the pinch hit with Wally Moses. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to go with McBride. 301 batting average. McBride will come in to pinch hit. Okay. And here's the pinch hitter, Tom McBride. McBride batted 301 in 1946. No home runs, though, but we're looking for a base hit. You're welcome, Chris. You're welcome. She's going to get better. Higgins again at second. Lackey, 95 pitches. He's good for 93. And let me just make sure that the computer is actually managing the Cubs. Yes, they are. They're still managing him. I had a faux pas in the prior game. The Cubs did protest, but protest denied. I didn't put the computer checkbox. So, McBride's columns are 2 and 1. Lackey with the windup and the pitch. That's a 5. Still a chance for McBride and tie this game up. And an 11. That's a 9. That's going to be a single to left. Higgins rounds third base. Here's the throw to the plate, but not in time. We have a tie ball game here at Fenway in the bottom of the 6th on the clutch hit. Pinch hit single by McBride, who's at first base. It's 3-3, folks. 1 out. McBride represents the go-ahead run at first, and here comes the catcher, Hal Wagner. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. McBride is being held on by Anthony Rizzo. Lackey, 101 pitches. Righty-lefty matchup. Lackey looks over at Rizzo, holding McBride on. Now in at Contreras. Here's the pitch. That's a 3. This is a Wagner column. That's a 6. Wagner swings. That ball goes up the middle. And we shall hold McBride, who is not very fast. We only have a 50% chance of going to third. He shall hold at second. So again, I'm going to show everyone that the computer is managing the Cubs, and if they don't take out Lackey, that's their fault. As Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware says, go Sox. So McBride represents a go-ahead run at second, Wagner an insurance run at first. 1 out. And here's the pitcher, Dobson, who was pretty much at his pitch count. And we're going to go with a pinch hitter here. He did give him a pretty good effort here. He got him through 6 innings, gave up 3 runs as what would be called nowadays a quality start. And once again, let's go to our bench for the 46 Red Sox. And now we have doorbell delay. I shall be back.
Game yearbooks, minutes, and programs. Game yearbooks, minutes, and programs. Game yearbooks, minutes, and programs.
And we are back from doorbell delay. Thank you for your patience. So Culberson's going to come in to pinch hit for Dobson. Culberson, excuse me, batted .313. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So coming off the bench to pinch hit, Leon Culberson. Again, .313 batting average in 46 with three home runs. 1 out, first and second. McBride represents the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 6th. 3-3 ball game. Red Sox lead the series 2 games to 1. Lackey still out on the mound. That's the computer's decision. Contreras sets the target. Here's the pitch to Culberson. And there's the pitching change. They have gone to the pitching change. So in now for the Cubs is Hector Rondon. 2 wins, 3 losses, 18 saves, 3.53 earned run average. Big moment here for Rondon and the Cubbies. He's done with his warm-up tosses. Culberson steps back towards the box, digs in. The windup and the pitch. 5. Not much there. And an 11. That's going to be a swing. That ball goes up the middle. It's going to drop in front of Fowler. And bases are now loaded. Another clutch hit for the Red Sox off their bench. So what happened there was, it was a ballpark weather effect. The split was 1 through 15 for the single. The card selection, a 4. So thus the single. Bases loaded for Johnny Pesky. He's 1 for 2 today with an RBI. Corners are in. They have to defend Pesky for the bunt. He's a B bunter, but he will not be bunting here, folks. No place to put Johnny. Contreras goes out to have a word with Rondon. He's met with Rizzo and Bryant. They discuss strategy now, back to their positions. Contreras back behind the plate, squats down, flashes the signs, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Pesky. He wants that 2 or 6 column. There's the 2. This is all Johnny Pesky. That's a 9. Pesky swings, drives that ball towards the triangle. That's going to split the outfield. It's going to get down and go to the wall. 2 runs will score. It's now 5-3. Culberson stops at third. Pesky's in at second. Fenway is rocking and rolling here. Infield moves in. They can't give up. The Cubs feel they cannot give up another run. And here comes a struggling Dominic DiMaggio. The little professor's 0 for 3 today. And a batting average well below 200 in the series. But Dominic could break out to the other side here with a single. Would most likely knock in 2 with a speedy Pesky at second. Rondon's ready. He kicks and fires. That's a 4, 7, and a big swing and a miss by DiMaggio. His struggles continue. That's out number 2. And here comes Teddy Ballgame. Ted Williams 1 for 3 is 1 hit. A home run, a blast over the Green Monster. And at the time, that gave the Red Sox a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 3rd. Teddy Ballgame has 3 home runs in this series. As the chant of "We want to hit, we want to hit" rings through Fenway Park. Red Sox looking to put this game away. They're up 2. Let's see how they'll pitch to Teddy Ballgame. Contreras sets the target. Here's the pitch to Williams. And they walk him. They want nothing to do with Williams, who's been red hot in this series. They'd rather load the bases and face Rudy Sergeant York. York 1 for 3. The fans' chants are deafening here at Fenway Park. Rondon toes the rubber. No place to put York. Looks in at Contreras. He sets and delivers. Here's the pitch. That's a 5. And an 11. And York rips that ball into left field. Culberson scores. Makes it 6-3. And here Pesky. We're going to send Pesky. He's got a 90% chance of scoring. And Pesky scores. It's now 7-3. Rudy York. 2 out. 2 RBI single. The Red Sox are now up 4. So they pitch around Williams to face Rudy York, and he makes them pay, and pay dearly. Williams at second. Rendon has been roughed up here. Again, the fans here at Fenway deafening. Bobby Dorr steps to the plate. 0 for 3. Here's the pitch to Dorr. And before that happens, they're calling for a new pitcher. It's going to be Travis Wood. The lefty comes out of the pen. 4 wins, no losses. 2.95 earned run average in 2016. Wood finishes his warm-up tosses. Comes into a very bad situation. 7-3 Red Sox. Runners at first and second. Bobby Dorr at the plate. Contreras sets the target. Here's the pitch by Wood. That's a 4. And a 7. And the woes continue for the Cubs as Wood just walks the bases loaded. And here comes Pinky Higgins, 1 for 3 with a double. No place to put Sir Pinky. As Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware says the Red Sox explode awesome. Remember to check out Chris and his channel, Strat-O-Matic Delaware. That's Strat-O-Matic Delaware with Chris. Had his first live stream last night. It was absolutely fabulous. Did a wonderful job of the commentary. Absolutely marvelous. Greatly enjoyed it. As did everyone else in the chat. So check that out. Chris from Strat-O-Matic Delaware. And the game was the 1919 White Sox versus the 1906 Tigers with Ty Cobb. And that's all I'll say about that. Check it out. Absolutely marvelous. So Pinky Higgins at the plate. Once again, no place to put a Boston Red Sox batter here for the Cubs. The windup and the pitch by Wood. Higgins looking for the 6 or 3 column. He gets the 3. That's a 12. Higgins rips that ball, but making the great catch at third is Bryant, robbing him of a double down the line. Inning over. As the Red Sox need a new pitcher. We go to the top of the 7th, 7-3 Boston, as the 46 Sox come up with 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th to take a commanding 4-run lead. And who shall come out of the pen for the Boston Red Sox? I think we're going to go with Klinger again. 2.37 earned run average. Again, best of 7. They have all off season to rest, I guess, right? Zuber, I don't like that earned run average, 4.28. Ouch. Zuber was one of the players I actually added from the all-time list, because you can see if you look down here, it's a 1930. It's an average. I believe those numbers are his historical average. I have bought the list of all the players, and you can put them. You can make your own team, but it's an average of what they did for their career. That's the way I believe it works. All right, let's just close that for a second. Let's look at who's coming up for. So it's the top of the order for the Cubs. Fowler, Bryant, and Rizzo if anyone gets on Zober. So switch hitter, righty, lefty, yeah, doesn't really matter. Let's go back to the home team. I think we're going to go with Klinger. He's going to come out of the pen once again. Missing a right fielder. That's easy enough. McBride will stay in right. After pinch hitting. So Red Sox had great success with pinch hitters off the bench in that inning. So on the mound now for the Red Sox, Bob Klinger. That's not Maxwell Klinger from MASH, it's Bob Klinger. And his 1946, 3 wins, 2 losses, 2.37 earned run average. That's pretty good. 57 innings pitched. Strictly a bullpen pitcher. He'll face Dexter Fowler, who's 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch by Klinger. That's a 5. And a 6. Here's the pitch. A big swing and a miss on the sinking fastball. 1 up, 1 down. And here comes Chris Bryant, 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. It's been the Chris Bryant-Anthony Rizzo show here for the Cubs in this game. He'd love to get on, and Rizzo would love to knock him in, as he's done twice already. Wagner sets the target. Here's the pitch to Bryant. That's a 1. That is a Bryant column. And an 8. And Bryant rips a single to left field. Williams fields it and throws it back into Pesky. So once again, Bryant's on in front of Anthony Rizzo, who's 2 for 2 with a home run here. No one seems to have an answer for Anthony. Let's see if Klinger can pass the test. Here's the pitch to Rizzo. That's a 4. Oh my God, another Rizzo column. And that's a 20. Rizzo singles to right field. And Bryant advances 90 feet to second base. Anthony Rizzo 3 for 3. He cannot be stopped or contained today. Then Zobrist steps to the plate. Zobrist 0 for 3, 1 out. Red Sox want to turn 2 to get out of this inning. Zobrist columns 1 and 4. Remember, Zobrist had 18 round trippers last year in 2016. One swing of the bat, and the Cubs would only be down 1. Wagner goes out to have a word with Klinger. It's a quick word. Wagner back behind the plate. Klinger rocks and fires. That's a 4. Oh boy, folks. This could be good for the Cubbies. That's a 7. Zobrist sends that ball out to right field. McBride going back. And he makes the catch, but tagging up and going to third is Bryant. So McBride makes the running catch. McBride, once again, makes a very good catch, but really didn't have a shot at Bryant, who tagged up and went to third, and we shall be back in a moment. And we are back. Thank you once again for the most patient people in the world. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Cubs looking to knock in a couple more runs here. Wilson Contreras at the plate. The catcher's 0 for 2. He's walked once. An absolutely marvelous catch by McBride for the second out of the inning. Wagner flashes the signs. Klinger nods his head. Here's the pitch to Contreras. That's a 5. Not good for Contreras. A 4. It's going to go off the catcher. Here's a 20-sided dice roll. That's a 15. 0, 12 with nothing next to it. And what happened? That's it! He fouls out to the catcher, inning over. Klinger pitches around the jam. The Cubs threaten but do not score as we play Take Me Out to the Ball Game. And Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware loves this song, as do I. Because it's root, root, root for the home team. And if they lose, it's a shame. You know why? Because it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. That's for Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware. So the trivia question. What 2 major league teams traded managers in 1960? Whoa, that's a good question. Once again, what 2 major league teams traded managers in 1960? I do not know this at all. This is going to be a pure speculation of a guess. I'm going to say the team stunk. So, 1960, what 2 major league teams traded managers? I'm going to say the Senators and the Kansas City Royals, just because they were both awful teams. Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware says, wow, no clue, Al. I know, that's a good question. So my guess, and it's a guess because they're horrible teams, the Kansas City Athletics and the Washington Senators, and we shall hit OK. Detroit and Cleveland, wow, was I off. Jimmy Dykes and Joe Gordon. That'd be interesting to look up why they did that. Anyway, to the ball game here. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The 1946 Boston Red Sox 7. The 2016 Chicago Cubs 3. Due up for Boston, McBride, Wagner, and the pitcher, Klinger. McBride, pinch hit, RBI single. Now comes up for the 2nd time as he assumed the right fielding duties. Wood on the mound. Gets a sign from Contreras. Here's a pitch to McBride. That's a 1. Not good for McBride, but there is some good stuff there. And a 12. Sends that ball out to Hayward in right field. Hayward drifts over to it. And he makes the catch. Batter might have gotten hurt. He's shaken up. He'll be all right. Okay. That's where I give the guys who do the dice and card games, and they do that. I'm using a computer. They'd have to look at like 4 charts to get that information. And they usually, the guys I watch, such as Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware, and Tabletop Baseball with the Earls, and Baseball Demos with Dave, they do it pretty much seamlessly. God bless them. I couldn't do it. I have enough trouble with the computer. So there's 1 out. And here comes Hal Wagner, Red Sox catcher, 2 for 2 with a run scored. Righty-lefty matchup for Wood, who has now thrown 15 pitches. He's good for 17. This most likely will be his last batter in Hal Wagner. Here's the pitch. That is a 2. There's some good stuff there for Wagner. And a 7. Wagner tries to go the other way. That ball goes down to Bryan at third. He comes up throwing to Rizzo. And there's 2 outs here. And here comes the pitcher, Bob Klinger. And let's quickly just go to the box score. How many pitches has Klinger thrown? He's thrown 15. I think we're going to keep him in the game. We're going to keep him in the game. We're going to let Klinger swing away here. Wood works quickly. Here's the pitch. 5, 3... That's a fly ball, left field X, 20-sided dice roll. 13 F2. 9. Klinger swings, that ball goes out to Zobrist. He moves a bit to his right, makes the catch. Inning over. We go to the top of the 8th. 1946 Sox 7, the 2016 Cubbies 3. Red Sox 6 outs away from taking a commanding 3-1 lead in this best of 7. Klinger, 15 pitches, good for 31. He'll face Russell, Hayward, and Baez. Addison Russell, 2 for 3 with a double. Wagner flashes the sign, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Russell. That's a 3 and a 9. And that ball comes in a little too tight, and it nipped him. Hit by pitch. Russell is on first. Klinger definitely didn't want to do that. He'll be held on by York. Russell has a 60% chance of stealing. I don't know if the Cubbies are going to do that. Down 4, and here comes Jason Hayward, 0 for 3, the Cubs right fielder, left-handed batter. 7 home runs, 230 batting average in 2016. Again, the Red Sox pinch the middle a bit. Pesky and Dort looking for a double play. Here's the pitch to Hayward. He's looking for a 3-4 column. He gets the 2 and the 8. And a big swing and a miss on the fastball, down and away. Strike 3. 1 out, 1 on. Second baseman Javier Baez steps to the plate, 0 for 2 with a walk for the left-handed batter. Klinger rocks and fires. That's a 2 and a 12. That's out in front of the plate, and they signal foul ball. What did they ask? As Higgins, that's a pop out in foul territory. Higgins makes the catch. There's 2 outs. Still got to get used to jumping to my left to read it. I'd like to reset the game up where I can read. It's over here. I've seen where people have the text, which I like, over here, because my eyes always revert back to the right. So, 2 outs, runner at first, and here comes the pitcher, Travis Wood. I don't think he's going to hit, so I'm just going to click this. And here comes the pinch hitter. And it's going to be Tommy La Stella. La Stella batted .270 for the Cubs with 2 home runs. It's a left-handed batter to face the right-handed throwing Bob Klinger. Wagner sets the target. Here's the pitch to La Stella. He wants a 2-4 column. He gets a 3 and a 5. That's a ground ball to Bobby Doerr. He throws over to Rudy Sargent York. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Red Sox 7, the Cubs 3. Now out on the mound for the Cubbies, Trevor Cahill. Cahill in 2016 for the Cubs, 4 wins, 4 losses. He had 1 start through 66 innings. ERA 2.74. It's pretty good. He's got to keep this game right where it's at to give the Cubbies any hope, what little hope they have in the top of the 9th. They're down 4. And he will face the top of this Red Sox order. Pesky, DiMaggio, and Williams. Pesky 2 for 3 with a double. Here's the pitch by Cahill. That's a 5. That's not a Pesky column. And a 12. Ground ball, first base, X. 20-sided dice roll. 8, G1. 11, nothing next to it. Rizzo flips to Cahill, covering for out number 1. Nice backhanded play by Anthony. Here comes Dominic DiMaggio. His struggles continue at the plate here in this series. He's 0 for 4. He wants to get off the schneid. Cahill looks in at Contreras, nods his head. Here's the pitch to the little professor. 4. That is a DiMaggio column. 6. And DiMaggio works a walk, so Dominic DiMaggio is on first base. A 1-out walk, 90% chance of stealing, and there goes Dominic. 1 through 18, he's safe. He needs a 33% chance of getting the lead. DiMaggio stretches his lead, curveball from Cahill, and the throw down. No, he just holds on to the ball. DiMaggio stole that base on Cahill. He has a stolen base. He's in scoring position at second. As Contreras thought better of it, did not throw down. Ted Williams comes to plate, 1 for 3, a home run. They'd love to see another home run by Teddy Ballgame. The windup and the pitch by Cahill. That's a 4. It's not a Williams column, but there's a few good things there. That's a 6. And the curveball fools Williams. He's frozen on that pitch. What a curve that was. Strike 3. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And here comes Rudy York, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. DiMaggio, they're watching him very closely at second base. Cahill looks back. Baez bluffs. Now he looks in at Contreras. Here's the pitch to York. That's a 1. And an 8. Here's the swing. That ball goes down to Bryant. Throws to Rizzo. Inning over. So they pitch around the walk and stolen base. The Red Sox threaten but do not score. We go to the top of the 9th. The 1946 Boston Red Sox 7. The 2016 Chicago Cubs 3. The Red Sox looking to take a commanding 3-1 lead here in the best of 7. And to do so, Klinger will have to get by the top of the order for the Cubs. Fowler, Bryant, and Rizzo. Klinger up to 27 pitches. He's good for 31. We're keeping him in the ballgame. Fowler 0 for 4. Here's the pitch to Dexter. That's a 6. Not good for him. And a 7, and the one good thing will happen. That is a walk, as Klinger looks like he's tired. So a leadoff walk. He's now 32 pitches out of 31. And the very dangerous Chris Bryant comes to plate. He's 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. That's going to be it for Mr. Klinger. We go back to our bullpen. Mace Brown, 3.46 earned run average. Drysword, I believe how you pronounce his name, 4.54. Yeah, he's not going to see the light of day. Zuber, 4.28. Bagby. He's really a starter, but he's not going to get a start in this series. 3.7. Mace Brown, 3.46, but I pitched him a couple of days ago. And again, Mace Brown is one of those players I added to the team to complete off their 25-man roster. He was on their team in 46, but this is an average. Again, that comes off that list of players. I forgot what year it goes up to, but it's every player who ever played in the major leagues. I'm going to go with, because they have switch hitters, lefties, I'm going to go with Bagby. So Bagby will come out of the pen to try to close this game out for the Boston Red Sox. So Jim Bagby, let's give you his stats while he goes through his warm-up tosses. 7 wins, 6 losses, 3.70 earned run average. So he actually did pitch mostly out of the pen because it says 0 starts here. Pitched a lot of innings though. 106 innings out of the pen. 7 out of the pen. Fowler's at first. No outs. Bagby's done with his warm-up tosses. The very dangerous Chris Bryant. Again, 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. This is a righty-righty matchup. Wagner sets the target. Here's the pitch to Bryant. That's a 2. That's not a Bryant column. And an 8. Here's the pitch. A big swing and a miss. Fastball by him. So the Red Sox get that first important out here. Double play will end it. But at the plate is Anthony Rizzo. And what a game he's having, folks. 3 for 3. A home run. And he has knocked in 3 runs. One swing of the bat. The Cubs can be down 2. Righty-lefty matchup here. Bagby the right-handed thrower. Rizzo the left-handed batter. He digs in. Wagner flashes the signs. Bagby kicks and fires to Rizzo. He wants a 2 or a 6. That's a 3. And a 2. And I believe that pitch got him. That pitch nailed him. And he's coming out of the game. That hit him on the wrist. Oh boy. That's not good for the Cubs. They get the base runner. But Rizzo is coming out of the game. And Coughlin comes in to pinch run. Fowler moves to second. Tying run is now on the on-deck circle. Zobrist is at the plate, so Contreras represents the tying run on the on-deck circle, and that's where they want to keep him. As we have Greg Gorecki in the chat. How are you, my good friend from the north? Hope all is well. What a ball game we have here. 1 out, 2 on, top of the ninth. Red Sox 7. The Cubs 3. Zobrist is 0 for 4. Here's the pitch by Bagby. He gets a 4. And an 8. That's a 16. Possible home run chance here. Williams going back. He jumps and he makes the catch up against the wall. Ted Williams robs Zobrist of extra bases. Quickly retreating back to second is Fowler. Conklin back to first. What a play by Teddy. Ball game. Oh my Lord. In the words of the late great Phil Rizzuto, holy cow. Red Sox 1 out away from a victory here in a 3-games-to-1 lead in this best of 7. It's up to Wilson Contreras, who's 0 for 3 with a walk. As Bagby's heart was fluttering there. But Ted Williams, what an outstanding catch in left. Up against the Green Monster, the leaping catch. So Contreras wants a 3 or 6 column. Bagby wants to sit him down. Here's the pitch to Contreras. 2 on, 2 outs. That's a 5. That's an 8. And that ball's popped up towards short. Pesky waving his arms, calling it off. He makes the catch. Ball game over. The Red Sox win 7-3 and now lead this best of 7 series 3-games-to-1. So once again, the 1946 Boston Red Sox 7, the 2016 Chicago Cubs 3. Let's go to the box score. Alrighty, before that, let me just say thank yous to Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware, and Greg Gorecki, who joined me in the chat. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Greatly appreciate that you take some time out on this Sunday to spend some time with me. And also, once again, a quick and speedy recovery to Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware's mother. Let's get her off that DL list. And back up on her feet. Alrighty. So the Red Sox win 7-3. They take a 3-1 lead, best of 7. And I want to set, Anthony Rizzo. I'm going to give Anthony Rizzo, even in a losing effort, player of the game. He was 3 for 3 and he knocked in 3 runs. Yep, I normally don't give player of the game to a losing team. But 3 for 3 with 3 runs knocked in. Him and Chris Bryant kept the Cubs in this. So I'm giving him player of the game. Rizzo was injured, had to come out in the 9th when he was hit by a pitch on his wrist. But the early indications are he'll be back and ready for Game 5. And the Cubs need him. They're down 3-1. Alrighty. For the Cubs, Lackey took the loss. He went 5 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned. Walked 2, struck out 8. He gave up that home run to Ted Williams. Then in this order, Rodon came in a 1/3 of an inning. 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Walked 1, struck out 1. Wood, an inning and a 1/3, scoreless. He walked 1. And then Cahill closed it out with 1 inning, and he walked 1 and struck out a batter. For the Red Sox, the win goes to Dobson, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. He walked 3, struck out 4, and he gave up a home run to Anthony Rizzo. He threw 92 pitches. Klinger came in and did yeoman's work, 2 innings. He gave up 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 2. Important thing, no runs. And Bagby came in and pitched the 9th, scoreless 9th, and he struck out a batter. He also got a huge assist from Ted Williams, who made a tremendous leaping catch up against the Green Monster to rob Zobrist of extra bases and get out number 2. Home runs in this game, Anthony Rizzo for the Cubs, Ted Williams for the Red Sox. That's homer number 3 for Ted. And now let's go to the box score. For the visiting Cubs who lost, Fowler 0 for 4. Bryant 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Anthony Rizzo, player of the game in a losing effort, 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs, a run scored, and a home run. Coghlan came into pinch run for him, dinking at bat. Zobrist 0 for 5. Contreras 0 for 4. Addison Russell, the shortstop, 2 for 3. Hayward, Baez, Lackey, Rodon, Wood, La Stella were all 0-fers. Rodon and Wood did not get an at-bat because they just pitched. So in total, the Cubs, 35 at-bats, 3 runs, 8 hits, and 3 runs knocked in. For the victorious 1946 Boston Red Sox, Johnny Pesky, 2 for 4 with a run scored. He had 3 RBIs, so he gets an honorable mention. Actually, he'll be a co-player of the game. He had 3 runs knocked in with 2 hits. So him and Rizzo, co-players of the game. Dominic DiMaggio's struggles continue, 0 for 4. He's well under 200 now. Ted Williams, 1 for 4 with a home run, an RBI, and a run score. York, the first baseman, 2 for 5 with 2 runs knocked in. He could get an honorable mention. Dorr, 0 for 3. Pinky Higgins, 1 for 4 with a run scored. Moses, 1 for 2 with a run scored. McBride came off the bench, was 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. Stayed in to play right field. Wagner, the catcher, 2 for 3 with a run scored. Dobson, the pitcher, 0 for 1. He did walk once, I believe. Culberson came off the bench, pitch hit single, and he scored. And Bob Klinger, 0 for 1. Bagby came in to pitch, dinking at bat. For the victorious Red Sox, 34 at-bats, 7 big runs, 11 hits, and 7 RBIs. So once again, this is Al from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube Station. The 1946 Boston Red Sox defeat the 2016 Cubbies 7-3, take a commanding 3-1 lead, and look to close out the Cubs in Game 5. Thank you very much. Health and happiness. But before I go, Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware. And remember to check out Strat-O-Matic, Delaware. Great channel. Says, hey, Greg. Good game, Al. Was away from the phone with my mom for a second. That's all right. Many well wishes to your mom, to a speedy, healthy recovery. God bless to all of you guys. God bless to Chris's mom. Take care till next time. Bye-bye.